Hey everybody, it's John with Seattle Coffee Gear. Today we're talking about our top 3 espresso grinder picks under $500. Before we get started with the picks, let's do a brief recap of what an espresso grinder is. An espresso grinder has burrs that take whole bean coffee and kind of crush it into a fine powdery form that is also very uniform. That means all the particles of ground coffee are about the same size. This allows that ground coffee to resist the high pressure flow of water that an espresso machine creates, and that leads to rich concentrated brewed espresso with crema on the top of it. Our picks today are good for first-time espresso grinder buyers, or maybe if you're just working on a budget and you're upgrading from a super entry-level option. To start things off with our crowd pleaser pick, we have the Baratza Encore ESP. The ESP is an update on the beloved Encore that so many of us have used for a long time for our pour over and filter coffee needs. Baratza updated this with a few micro settings in the espresso range, so you can now use the Encore ESP for espresso and coarser brew methods. To help it work well for espresso, they included a little single dosing cup that allows you to transfer grounds into your portafilter. It works pretty well for a variety of portafilter sizes. This grinder will work best if you single dose. Single dosing is where you pre-weigh a specific amount of coffee for exactly what you need for what you're gonna brew. So if you're brewing an 18-gram shot of espresso, you weigh out 18 grams of beans, throw it in the hopper, and just grind that coffee for whatever you're brewing next. If you prefer to store beans in your hopper and use the grinder's timed features to give you the right amount of coffee, you'd want to look at one of these other options. Next in our lineup is also from Baratza. It's our top features pick, and that's the Sette 270. This grinder has been available for a while now. Since my time here at Seattle Coffee Gear, it's been a staff favorite and customer favorite. This grinder does give you digital timed dosing, and it also has very fast grind times. You can get a double shot in about 4.5 seconds. The flavors you can get from this grinder are really impressive considering the price point. This grinder gives you the ability to single dose like we were talking about with the ESP, or use the time settings and keep your hopper full of coffee. The next stop on our list is our ultimate pick, and in this price range it has to be the Mignon Notte from Eureka. This grinder is a simple grinder compared to the Sette, but its build quality means that it's going to last a very long time. If you don't want to spend too much on an espresso grinder, but you still want to have something that lasts a while, I would look at the Notte. The Notte is a simple grinder, and simplicity can be a good thing at times. It has manual dosing that you activate with your portafilter using the button on the front of the grinder. It has 50mm burrs that are adjusted with a stepless grind adjustment dial. This means that you can make very small, precise adjustments to your grind setting, so you can get your shot times just where you want and pull out the flavors that you want from the coffees you're brewing. As always, we couldn't just keep it to 3 picks, so our honorable mention is the Opus. This is a newer grinder from one of our favorite brands, Fellow. They're well known for the rest of their coffee accessories, kettles, things like that. And now they have 2 grinders, the Ode and the Opus. The Opus is another grinder in this entry-level market that used to not have many options. So we're excited to see more options like the Encore ESP and the Opus. The Opus might be a good fit for you if you value design and aesthetics. It certainly looks much more stunning than the Encore does. While Fellow might not have the rich brand history that Baratza does, we've been very impressed with the feature set from this grinder. It offers conical burrs and nice accessories like a magnetic grounds bin that quickly slots into place directly under the chute of the grinder. They also added a grounds bin for coarser brewing, or a convenient single dose grounds bin that allows you to transfer grounds to a 58mm portafilter. Other handy features include a grind size reference chart under the lid of the hopper of this grinder. This doesn't have any grind timing features, so you'll be single dosing on this grinder like you were with the Encore ESP. That means you will need a scale to use this grinder. Well, that covers our picks for the top espresso grinders under $500. As always, if you think we missed something that you'd consider in this price range, leave a comment with what you'd pick under $500 for an espresso grinder. If you want to see more about these grinders, there's links to the product pages in the description of this video, so be sure to check those out. In that description, you'll also find a link to sign up for our email newsletter, where you can hear all about our upcoming promos and sales, as well as new products that we're launching all the time. As a thank you for signing up for that email newsletter, you'll get a 10% off code good for 10% off one item on our site. There are exclusions to that code, so be sure to contact our team with any questions about that. If this video brought up more questions for you about what grinder is right for your needs, be sure to contact us by chat, phone, or email, and our helpful and knowledgeable staff can give you personalized recommendations based on your specific needs. Thanks so much for watching and supporting our channel. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you keep making coffee you love.